am here with the legendary manslayer himself, the Wolfman, the one and only Joel Ortega of White Wolf. My sir, hey, yo, how are you doing today?
How's it going, man? I was doing good. Just chilling. Just finished watching the that Winter Soldier episode.
I have to say, I do not know anything about Marvel. I'm a DC. Okay, no, I actually like certain Marvel series and certain DCs, but not all the way through. But I see what you're going with that. The movies right now are killer when it comes to like superheroes. I'm jittering right now.
Yeah, you're good, man.
I have to ask, and I'm just gonna jump into it. We all want to know.
Go for it.
How was the music video production? That was fucking insane. I watched it at least 3 other times today, and like, that is professional grade.
Well, it's our friend Ethan. We met him a couple years back. He filmed our music video for "In My Bones," and then we hit him up this year like, "Yo, you want to do this again?" And he had referred us to that spot. It has like all the LED light hookups and stuff like that. And I guess a lot of people go there, like a lot of big people. So I was like, "Oh, no shit!" And yeah, it was dope, dude. There's only 2 camera guys.
There's only 2 camera guys, and you pulled that off. That was insane. Like
yeah, dude. It looks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Between you and Jared, isn't it Jared? No, it's. I'm sorry. I'm a little. What do you call it? I'm a little tense right now. Your guitarist.
Troy.
Troy. Thank you. Like, all of you guys, like, that was so intense. Like, there is ways to. That was professional. Bullet for My Valentine. All that remains. Fucking grade A badassery. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the meaning behind the music video? Because there is a lot to go on this than just the sound alone. I mean, the lyrics, personally for me, it's as much about the lyrics as it is for the actual sound. And even the lyrics, like, they heighten this. So tell us exactly what Caged is about.
Cage is just it's about what everyone goes through. You feel stuck inside your head, and you're trying to pursue, your musical endeavors or any kind of endeavor you're choosing to do in life. And sometimes that little voice in your head can keep you from achieving that. So, it's about being caged, but also just like pushing through it and breaking through the cage and like saying, fuck it. Like, I'm going to push and give this my all because there's nothing to lose at the end of the day. I think that's why White Wolf is what we do, because we're just here to make good music. We want people just to have fun with it and then just play shows and make good songs. I don't think we're worried about like blowing up and it's like, nah, man, we're just making good music. We all have our day jobs. This is just what we love to do.
That's an excellent way to put it. Like even around, you're actually currently in the Central Valley, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Merced, but I just moved to Fresno.
So the idea behind you being in like all these Merced and Central Valley concerts is just icing on the cake. You're not even aiming for anything. You're just doing it just to put yourself out there because you want to. It's not as much, you're not going, hey, these people are looking at me, I have to do this. You're like, let's just do this. And boom. It comes out so well. I mean, that music, not just the music video, but a lot of your music brings out the hype in people. I was actually the tech, or one of the techs, for Taco Fest. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember meeting you.
Okay. Taco Fest 2018, 2019. I actually saw all these. I saw all these dancers like at your show. Like not girl dancers, but these were actual like hypes, whirlwind hitters. And I ran into it, and I got kicked in the face. It's like, dude, that's fucking a hype. Like, could possibly be, honestly, in the metalcore scene down here in Central Valley, you're one of the tops. You're one of the tops in your field of metalcore. If I'm getting that correct, you are metalcore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've ever even put a genre on us. We kind of just go with what feels right, But I really appreciate the comment, man. That means a lot. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think we just kind of like metalcore rock. Just trying to get the vibe right and make you feel hyped.
There you go. You're the hype man you're the hype ones of metalcore. There you go. This was actually one of the getting to the point that I've been meaning to dying to ask you especially. What made you White Wolf? Like there are people writing stuff up on you, and there are little stories here and there about White Wolf, and other than that, there's this shroud of don't want to call it mystery, but it's a shroud of differentiation. Put us in your head and tell us what makes you White Wolf.
I believe that the universe puts things in front of you, and it's up to you to take the chance and chase it. We'll start from the ground up. When I was 13 years old, I went to middle school. I was in 7th grade, right? And my guitar player, Troy, he was the guy that brought his electric guitar and a little pocket amp and would just wail on AC/DC songs, everything you could think of all day. And I used to watch him, and I used to tell myself that one day I will be in a rock band with this guy. And sure enough, throughout the years, we had mutual friends. And me and him were in a band called Faith and Fiction. And that was when we met the Taking Fox Hollow dudes and how everything started. So make a long story short, I feel that, the reason why White Wolf works is because we are to ourselves. We don't fall into no drama. We stay in our lane. We know our lane. And we just play what we feel. And I feel like Troy, I feel like every member of my band, we play with our heart. Like we play it because we just love it. It's just something that is in us that we just can't get rid of. We have a little bug with music. It's just we love to do it. And White Wolf started because when my band Faith and Fiction broke up, Troy was like, I want to start another band and I want to do it with you, and I think this will be good. And so I took that chance. And this is what's crazy to me was White Wolf was the first band that I've ever really wrote lyrics for. Like I really just sat down and wrote. And when I wrote, we had 4 songs. We made an EP years ago. When I wrote those songs, I realized hey, this is really like a thing for me. So we did it, and we got our name from Merced as a street name. It's just White Wolf. We were going to practice, and we saw the sign, and it said White Wolf. So we're like, yo, that's the name. And it just
there you go.
Yeah, there's no really, I feel like your music is what makes the band meaningful. So, yeah, the band name we weren't trying to be like, oh, that's good marketing or this sounds cool. It was a pick. We picked it and it just went with the flow. But yeah, that's just how White Wolf really started, just jamming and making these songs. And we spend a long time on writing songs. We take our time and we want to make sure it sounds good.
That's awesome. How many albums do you guys currently have out right now that are professional grade? You can put it that way.
Well, we have the on our Spotify and stuff. We have it's not really an album, but it's an EP. It has I think 7 or 8 songs. We did that one. and that's the one that's like up there. And then we just have our 2 singles, Against Myself, and then the new one that just dropped, Caged. But we are in the process. We're writing more music now, so we're trying to debate like, hey, do we go for a full album this time? Do we write other songs? We don't know yet, but we got some good songs coming. I'll tell you that.
There you go. I know. Being one of your major fans, I have to say that we are looking for more music from you, and it's gonna be explosive once we're all able to get back into concerts again. We're gonna be looking. I especially as a promoter, I'm gonna be looking at you.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. We're ready to just jump into shows right away. Like, fuck, I just want to go on tour. I want to do everything. I just want to hit it hard. But since all this COVID stuff started, it was a crappy situation. But also, what helped with that is everything stopped, so we were able to sit back and be like, "Yo, let's crank out some good demos. Let's write some good songs." And initially, that's how Cage was.
With lemons.
Yeah, then that's how Cage was created, and we do have a little documentary coming out of us recording it in the studio. It comes out in a couple weeks, I think. I don't know what day, but we'll be dropping it of how we created the song.
That sounds. So basically, what you're saying is that White Wolf came to be on a series of circumstances that connected so well that you became one of the tops, and now you're riding it, I guess.
Yeah, it's just I don't even think we consider ourselves the top, like a top thing. We just more of like, like, oh, hey, these people are really digging the songs. Like, let's keep going. Let's not stop the train. So we're taking it as day by day. But right now we do have a solid team with us now, like that we're working with, like our management, and then just more connections on that end. So it's going great. I can't complain.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Do you or have you gone on tour as of yet, and do you have any stories of such?
I wouldn't consider them tours, but we did I think one was a week cool little run. We did it from going all the way to not Reading, but Chico, and then driving all the way to LA to Arizona in 1 week was wild. And then did a 2-week run too as well. But we're old dudes, I think, because when we play shows, we're so tired. But I don't think there's really anything crazy. Arizona's wild. I'll tell you that one. I got a good one. So we went and played in Arizona with our friends in the band called Decayer, and that's how we met them. And I never forget this venue was packed, and I remember these guys were ripping each other's heads off in the pit. I was like, what the hell? And then we do this thing at our shows sometimes where at the last song we perform, we tell people whoever goes harder in the pit gets a free T-shirt. And mind you, there's 6-foot buff dudes, and I kept seeing these 2 little young teenagers, 16 years old, in there just getting beat up, but sticking throughout the whole song and going hard. I thought that was the highlight of my life. I gave them shirts. I was like, you two deserve that. But,
get beat the shit out of.
Yeah, there's not really things that we do that's crazy. We kind of stay on I think, a good little schedule. I think we're all well with playing the show is what we get to have fun doing, but being there on time, unloading on time, and being on their schedule, like a promoter schedule, is what we try to do best. Because all of us, I think, have a good work ethic, and we all, we just have we all flow right.
There you go. So in your position, in your history, what made you decide to write the lyrics for White Wolf? Now, you told the story of how you and Troy connected to make White Wolf, but what made you go, I'm going to be the one to write the lyrics? What made you decide this is my thing?
I can't remember too correctly, but I just remember because I like to work with everyone. So I'm always open to suggestions. I'm not a person where it's no, I write this, you can't write it. I'm not, I'm very open. And I just remember when White Wolf started, we were practicing these 4 songs over and over, but I didn't really have lyrics yet. and we were going to record them. And so Troy was like, make sure you guys have your, make sure the lyrics are done and make sure this is what you guys want on any of your parts. So when I went home and I wrote 4 songs in 1 hour, and I had looked at them and I read them and I was like, well, like, kind of have potential of doing this. But I don't know, man. To answer your question, I just like Troy, the band. We all know our place in the band, but I also, when I write the song, like when I write songs or if I write lyrics for White Wolf, I do present it to like the band, Garrett or Troy or Matt, and they'll proofread it and then they'll be like, hey, let's switch this out and put this in there. And like me and Garrett, my bass player, me and him really vibe off lyrics really well. Like I can flow with him so good, and Troy too. Like I can't take credit for all White Wolf songs. Like our song "No Loyalty," that I didn't write one lyric on "No Loyalty." That wasn't even me. I was stuck on 5 other songs. Troy and Garrett wrote those lyrics, and me, I read the lyrics and I was like, hey, I feel that. I feel what you're saying here. So let's fucking spit it. But like against myself in Cage, they gave me the free range on that one. Majority, they always give me the free range, but I always look for their input because I think their input is important to me as well. So that's what we do with everything. Troy will send a demo and he'll be like, hey, do you guys like this? And we'll be like, oh, maybe you should do that or do this. But we work as a team. It's a team effort. I look at influences like Linkin Park and stuff. And I grew up watching Papa Roach, all them. Those are my idol bands. And it's not, being in a band isn't about a single person. It's about the whole team and how we create the music. So it's like that's what's important to me. So even if I write songs and I think they're amazing, I will always send it to them to be like, hey, what do you guys think? And they always come back with ideas, and that's how it works.
I honestly have to say that you are the very epitome of what do you call it? The very epitome of an oxymoron. The idea behind it is that when you think about something not working, when you think about something that works so well that it looks like it just doesn't seem to have effort, and yet you put so much work into it that you make it effortless. And that is just a gift of you, of Troy, of Garrett. Just, you guys are masters of your craft. And you don't, what's funny, what's really cool about this is that you don't use it as a way that most people would use like a gift or a trait. You use it for fun, which is amazing. That's not likely to happen today amongst youth, amongst adults. It's, oh, I can do this so well. I'll make money off of it. You're like, dude, I can do this well. Watch this.
Yeah, like making money is always nice, and don't get me wrong, someone wants to pay me to play, of course, but it's just fun for us. Like I can't explain it. Like we would love to do this forever, but it can't really happen like that unless you're like huge, But
oh yeah,
I don't know. Just music is in us, and we spent our fair share in small garages and sweating our asses off in the summer, trying to make songs. We've been through the ringer, but yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's just I like to think that I'm humble, and I wasn't born humble. You make yourself humble, and growing up where I come from, we're not about drama, and you do what you got to do to live your life, and that's what it is.
What I'm especially astounded at, and this is a point that I've made to a lot of people, and that people just seem to think I'm weird for thinking this, but your band has a high reputation, a very high reputation for being awesome. Put it that way. Just being pure adrenaline, fire, just absolute awesome. And yet, whenever people talk about musicians, they're like, oh my god, these guys they're so cool. Like they oh my god, like they have like brainerisms, and we're over here in the music scene going, yeah, dude, I just have these guys for coffee. It's like, so the idea behind it is that the way you're saying it just makes a lot more sense to people at who are watching this that go nuts for band. They're like, dude, they're just like us. Actually, I was actually talking to Jordan actually about that yesterday, and we were saying that in order for the idea is of us being you, me, or anybody in the music scene, is that we are anything but ordinary, is, you know, kind of a travesty. You know, we can't do what we want, go where we want, because people bombard us, or people jump down our throat, or people lift us up on a pedestal, and it makes it really difficult for us to do these things. And you're here, actually proving that by exactly what you say. Hey, I'm just one of the guys that just knows exactly what he's doing, and, you know, want to do it for fun, and, you know, I have all these inspirations, and, you know, I just want to be one of the guys, and that is an absolute inspiration in itself.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Oh, good. Sorry.
So I'm sorry. You were gonna ask something.
No, you're good. You're good. You're golden.
Okay. So asking on that. So what was the? Try and put this. How many, or have you met any of your heroes? And if you'd have, who were they?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have, but it wasn't with White Wolf. It was with my old band. But I met Craig Mabbitt from Escape to Fate.
Oh, shit! What?
Yeah, there's some history. I'll tell you a little thing. So, in my old band, Faith and Fiction, Craig Mabbitt's in another band called Dead Rabbits, and we had played a show with them in Get Scared, and I remember seeing Craig, and I told him, I said, look, man, if you can just catch my set, we're the first band that plays, it would just mean the world to me. And I remember playing our set and looking, and I see Craig Mabbitt just just headbanging. And then he hung out with us, man. We were hanging out. I believe we smoked a joint. I don't know. But it was a good time. And I got to sing with Get Scared, which was awesome. They allowed me to do a song with them on stage. And then I think that was like a thing for me, because he told me, he came up to me and said, hey, Joe, I really love your vocals. And I said, dude, that means like the world to me. Like, I listen to you like every day. I was really into Escape to Fate. And then the guitar player of Dead Rabbits, his name is Augustus. Rest in peace. He passed away last year. He had came up to us and said, hey, come to Los Angeles and let's record some demos. Like, we record 2 songs. So now you can look this up whenever you want, but if you type in Faith and Fiction, I have 2 songs on YouTube that are when I was like 18, bro. I sound horrible. But we have the guitar player from Escape to Fate doing a solo on that song. So it features him. Yeah, it's pretty wild, dude. It was a pretty wild time. But those were good times right there. But that's the only one I got to meet.
That sounds awesome. I mean, Escape to Fate fan 100%. Bless the Fall, Escape to Fate, Falling Universe. I love the whole trio. Like, that story actually like really touches me. That's hella sick. So who are your other heroes as well that you haven't got to meet yet?
I would love to meet Jonathan Davis from Korn. That would be like a dream of mine. And then Ben Burnley from Breaking Benjamin would ideally be like the best things ever too for me. Like, I just want to play a show with them and like play a song with them. Like, I just want to do everything with them. But those two are like Korn. The reason why I love Korn so much, I used to watch all their DVDs, and Jonathan Davis used to always like talk about, like, you know, he speaks from his heart. You watch his documentaries, man, this guy's crying in the booth. So it always inspired me to just be real with my lyrics. But the thing is like lyrically in my flow, I don't get it from rock music. I get it more from like hip hop because I also grew up listening to.
Yeah, I did actually. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I kind of did notice that you're lyrically you're lyrically like Linkin Park, kind of. And didn't you say Linkin Park was kind of like your
one of my
your
idols
hero?
as well.
Yeah. So it actually stands to reason that when you are when you guys hit the drums, you actually do sound beaty, I guess you want to put it that way. You focus more on the beatdown as hip hop beats than actual like metal beats, which is interesting. But you do have a point. I've noticed that when you play, it's lyrically flowy. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what? I never, like you said, I never put thought into it. That's just how I write. Because like, you grow up, you listen to Linkin Park, and then you go to like Eminem, to Bone Thugs and Harmony, NWA. Like I just grew up listening to all kinds of music, and so yeah, I'm just very I don't know. I just have a diverse. My playlist is wild. So
I'm actually kind of curious if you can answer me this question. Yeah. If you had the ability to play in a band, which one would you play for?
You know what? It's a weird question, but I don't think I would pick any band. I think that it's all about the chemistry for me. So like even like if White Wolf were to end or break up, I don't think I would be able to continue on. As like I'd always play music by myself and do it because that's what makes me happy. But the chemistry I have with each member in my band and just the chemistry we have, I wouldn't change it for the world. So like if Linkin Park hit me and said, "Hey, we want you to sing for us," as much as I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool," I wouldn't do it just because like I don't have chemistry. I would never have chemistry with those people, and I don't know. I'm weird like that. I'm just a weird person. I like to stay in my little lane. But I don't know. That's a hard question because I don't think I would. It's like the weirdest thing.
That's actually that makes a lot of sense. I mean, once you have your niche, you don't want to break that. And on top of it, more likely I would be asking as like what do you call it? A guest? Like maybe as a guest for one of these metal bands, given your level of traits from metal to hip hop. It was a question of would you go for either more of a hip hop style or if you would go for more metal, given again your style.
I think that well, see that's the thing. Like just like growing up listening to Bullet, listening to 3 Days Grace, and Breaking Benjamin and all those bands, their albums were so diverse. They weren't just one solid sound. So I think with us, like I think we'll always mix. We'll always mess around with the genres, but just rock. I think we just say rock music. We just make rock music, and I think that's where, like, in my personal opinion, like things have lost its way because it went from just hard rock to rock, and then it goes to alternative metal, and then there's so many genres.
We're actually like classifying ourselves.
Yeah, so in my head, I'm more of just like, man, it's just rock music. We just make good rock music, and we want to be a good rock band. And
right, you want to make your rock music better based on whatever medium you have that on.
Yeah, we use our influences because in no means you're because like any band, no band jocks a band's style. It's just you're influenced by them, and that's your influence. And so like we're all different. Like me, it was hip hop, rock, and other genres. Like Troy, he's into 80s rock, country. Like Troy is very soulful player. That guy can just play soulfully. Garrett is our brutal, death metal guy, just dun 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 guy. And then Matt is just our, country kind of vibey guy. He listens to everything too. We're all very diverse. So I think that's why our music is the way it is, because we all put our influences into this one big sound.
What is interesting is that I'm pretty sure a lot of people, a lot of your fans just think that you're a bunch of brutal kids that just like large sounding music. So I'm pretty sure that they're watching this going, oh my God, I got them all wrong.
No.
So
there's always a perspective.
So I guess, thinking on exactly what based on all of these these stories and interests, I want to ask you, if you have the ability to go on tour, where would you go and why?
That's a good question. I would like to check out Europe. Everyone says Europe is always popping. And I heard the music vibe there is just crazy. So I would go out there just to see.
From what I've noticed, I think Europe is actually a good one for you because France is, believe it or not, a lot of nightcore or techno-based music is not as much Japanese as people think they are, but it's actually more like French and more French and Italian. And then they actually have some pretty brutal metalheads out there in Europe. So I think you might have picked a good one personally to go to pick Europe. That's actually a really good one. Given that they have bands like anything Finnish.
Yeah, dude, Finnish bands are
any band that's like, yeah, that's any Finnish metal band is the one that you want to go to personally. And
that rock? Oh, my bad.
More like industrial. Did you ever listen to like Birthday Massacre and all of those other types of bands that are based in like they're very brutal. Like, they're very industrial. I can't place exactly the sound of of industrial, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's like Blue Angel, Birthday Massacre, you know what I'm talking about. That type of sound where it's very, very fast, very industrial. It's like techno for metal. You know what I mean? I think that's would be the reason why I think you could fit in that. You could actually, in my opinion, make actually some pretty industrial sounds for that type of band. Actually, personally, I actually thought that you were an industrial metal band when you first started playing metalcore. It's like, these guys sound a little bit harsher than metalcore. So I have to say that I'm very glad that I actually got to do this interview with you. Why don't you tell the people viewing exactly how to find you or find your band?
All right, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook and other social media websites. It's just White Wolf CA. That's all you gotta type in. And then music-wise, you can find us on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, all music platforms pretty much. You just type in White Wolf if you're searching for music, and if you're searching for socials, it's White Wolf CA.
All right. So I guess you wish to speak to the audience about, or
I mean, nothing really, man. Just to the audience, check out our music and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on everything on our YouTube channel. Tell us what you like on our YouTube channel, and just stay tuned. Follow us on everything you can, because we're gonna be bumping out music, more and more music. So if you're a fan of it, just keep on listening and keep on vibing. Have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? If you're having a bad day, put your headphones on and just bump out. But you know what I'm saying? Keisha Johnson.
Yeah, give a shout out.
Keisha Johnson. Shout out to Keisha Johnson. I want to give you a shout out. Be sure to check out White Wolf. You know what I'm saying? I want to wish you a happy birthday. Have a fun birthday. It's coming.
Since
a year and a half since we played our last show.
Yeah, so we've had time to handle things. We have time to create and formulate and scheme. Okay, not so much scheme, but we put we put things together. So get out there, and as always, we make today.
Hell yeah! And shout out to Taking Fox Hollow, Win the Broken Burn, all the other bands I play with. To care, I love all of you guys, and I love you.
Thanks, man.
All right, brother.